Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Bill Burr's sports rants on Conan on TBS. Let's see what he has to say.
You're a baseball fan. I know you're a big sports fan. Big baseball fan.
Big sports fan, Joe.
Okay, well, listen. Now we have this issue of who's going to get into the Hall of Fame, and they're not people like letting people like Bonds and Clemens in because, obviously, of steroid use in the past. What's your take on that?
Really?
I don't know.
Does it upset? Does it make
no,
you crazy?
I don't mind that people use roids. I think they should use roids because they're using themselves as guinea pigs, and it'll all trickle down to us one day. And after they messed up, you know, their heads get all big, and they take that part out. I think by the time...
if enough athletes, you're saying, use steroids...
destroy themselves with steroids, they'll figure out... How, they do it with singers. If a singer can't sing, she gets to use a steroid.
Yeah.
Right?
So you say it's going to improve the drugs so that we get to use them?
I'm saying by the time we're 80, they're going to have like a steroid vaporizer that you can just inhale, and you're going to have abs. I'll get a full head of hair, and you're going to be banging some hot 65-year-olds.
That is not what I thought he was saying.
It's all going to be because of these athletes and the sacrifices that they make that no one appreciates. Baseball and
I thought he was saying, like, athletes get... There's so much wear and tear on their bodies for the entertainment of the greater public. Like, they are literally... wearing down their bodies, that by the time that they retire, they are just so like worn out physically. Their bodies have been through so much that it's like, I thought that's where he was going with it. All right. I also didn't know that those two men, who I'm assuming play baseball and I know very, very, very little about, aren't allowed to be inducted because of steroid use. It's just like stuff like that breaks my heart, because it's like, you know, people make mistakes, obviously, and they should be held to some standard if you go into these careers knowing that's not allowed. But like, to totally strip them of a title based on their whole career, I don't know, that's awful. Not knowing a single bit of context, right? So it could totally be justified, but I just feel like that's sad for them.
These athletes and the sacrifices that they make that no one appreciates.
Baseball, no, it's not quite the way it used
to be.
I
fix your shirt, Bill.
When you go
looks
to a
like somebody
game,
hemmed him
you
up.
catch a foul ball, you gotta like give it to a kid now.
What are you talking about?
That's why kids are all mushy and fat. They don't gotta work for anything. First of all, I don't like when I was a kid, I had to fight adults to try and get one, and I never got one. And they'd box me out, and that was totally acceptable in the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
So now I gotta sit there, take a line shot to my hand, have that swollen up, and then give it to a kid. No.
Declining ratings? Do you think the NFL has a problem? They're starting to say they're losing viewership.
No.
Do you care?
People who care about football are still watching it. They got too big. They just went all poppy. They had everybody dressing in pink, right? There's always jets flying over, support the troops. Katy Perry's doing a dance, right? They just took it way too far. What I love about sports is it's a great way to tap out from the news and just, watch a game and get away from it. Now there's like all these causes are getting like attached to it. Like I was watching the World Series, and I'm in the middle of watching the World Series, and out of nowhere they have this moment, stand up to cancer. I'm watching a ball game, and all of a sudden everybody stands up holding up a sign of somebody that they either know that's dying of cancer or died of it in the middle of the game. It's just like, what are you doing? I'm trying to watch a game here. No, there's a time and a place. Look, I know somebody
He is so
that has died
aggy
of cancer.
all
I would
the
never
time.
go to the movies with you and in the middle of it hit pause and be like, oh, by the way, Conan, I know this guy. He died of cancer. It was horrific. I could have lifted him up off the sheet with 2 fingers. It was horrible. Hey, enjoy. Oh, by the way, I got molested when I was 9. Enjoy the rest of this.
You gonna have a Super Bowl party?
Yes.
He's so, like, the term is aggy. Like, he just is always so aggravated about everything. It's like, Bill. Everything bothers him, and I love it. I love it because I feel like that's most of us, and a lot of people really don't like to express themselves in the honest, true way that he does. But I feel like if we all did, it would just be a funnier world, because like I get that. I get why that's upsetting to him. Like, you're watching your favorite sports team, and then all of a sudden it's like a mood, like the mood just drops because something sad came on, and you're like, could we have saved that for like the movie that comes on after the football game? I don't know. I just love that everything bothers him. Everything.
Enjoy. Oh, by the way, I got molested when I was 9. Enjoy the rest of this.
Look at the transition.
Yes, no Super Bowl
He's
party.
so young here.
No Super Bowl party. If you're a true football fan, you do not go to Super Bowl parties because
Really?
it's all a bunch of losers who don't watch it all year. And what they do is they talk during the game, and then they shut up during the commercial. And then the game comes back, like, oh, how much do you think that one cost? Huh? That's funny? I thought that one stunk. And it's just like, the rage
I'm
that
that
goes through me
person. Sorry, Bill.
through the game, and I just, ended up fighting, with somebody.
So you were just opposed to them having a party in the middle of the Super Bowl, like, having a half.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's the most important game of the year, and they turned it into like this. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it is anymore.
I
It used
get
to be
that.
like a little high school band came out,
Yeah.
played a little song,
Really?
and then that was it. And now they just, everybody's shooting T-shirts into the crowd. I really sound like a grumpy old man, but I just want to watch the game.
Right.
I'm just gonna be me sitting alone, screaming at my TV.
How much football do you watch a week?
I watch 2 games on Sunday. I tape 3.
Right.
Then I watch the Monday game, and then Tuesday I watch one of the 3 that I taped. Wednesday I watch another one. Then I
He
watch
has
the
a
Thursday
whole
night
schedule.
game, and then Friday I got to watch the Sunday night game. Then
Okay.
Saturday I watch college football.
Okay.
And it's fine.
Okay.
'Cause I have
Fine.
a simple male brain that can just sit there and just enjoy it. I can just enjoy it.
So,
How does he have
your
time
wife
for
watch
that?
any of these games with you? Does she?
No, she has the female, complex, multitasking brain. That's why they can't be happy. They just always.
This is my first time seeing this interview, more of it from the beginning. I've always seen it from the clip where he says we have the multi-brain, and we do. We have we have too much going on, but I never saw what he said leading up to it. How does this man have so much time to watch so much football? An average football game is like 3 to 4 hours, right? Like, am I right? He has a lot of time. Good for him. Were halftime shows less grand? I mean, obviously, as the years go on, like Rihanna was just floating in the air with her dancers, which was insane. So obviously with technology and like money and things, it's advanced. But has it not always been like a huge halftime show? Was that like, okay, fun fact, I was in a Super Bowl halftime show whatever year it was that the Super Bowl was in Atlanta. I grew up dancing. My mom also is a dance teacher. And so we were a part of a dancers network that got invited to dance in the Super Bowl, and there were like these big, like, people were inside these big like puppets that were on stilts. So I feel like it was like a Lion King thing. It was amazing. Maybe it was like, what year was that? I don't know, but it was cool. So to me, I'm like, oh, the halftime show has always been big and grand, but the way he's making it seem like people were just shooting shirts and a high school band would come out. It's like, I guess maybe it has evolved. That's good information to know. I never knew that.
They're like, what is that lizard that can look at 2 things at once? That's what they're like. So they got the shoes they want, and then they see some other woman walking in going, oh, look at this skinny over here. She thinks she's cute, right? And that's what I've learned.
Oh, God.
You know what makes women happy? Nothing. Nothing makes them happy, and that is why they are slowly taking over the NFL, because it annoys them that we can just sit there with like a pizza and a drink, like, that's not holding, and just be like, and enjoy ourselves.
So you're saying that because you're happy that you think your wife and women in general want to take
They're jealous of it. They don't want their own thing. They don't want their own shit. They
He's
want
so
our
right.
shit.
He's so right.
I don't know what it is. And I think it's because we're happy. We're just sitting there enjoying ourselves.
I don't think we want football. I think we want your time, right? Like, guilty, and I, Your Honor, I'm guilty, and I'm not right. If my husband quite literally is sitting down watching basketball, football, I will find something like, can you help me fold this laundry? Like, I will find something, because I'm just like, you don't get to sit around here. Like, it's bad. And like, the more I get to watch Bill Burr and he calls me out, the more I'm sure my husband is probably like, something's changing around here. Like, good on you for changing me, Bill, because this makes me feel really awful.
I don't know what it is. And I think it's because we're happy. We're just sitting there enjoying ourselves, having a good time without them. It drives them nuts, and they just got to go in there and ruin it.
I still watch O.J. Simpson highlights.
What?
I do. I'm a football fan.
Wow.
He's one of the top 5 running backs of all time.
You're able to compartmentalize.
But he's all of that. When he goes into a restaurant and they go, murderer, murderer, he's not just that. He also won the Heisman Trophy. He get 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. It's just like people are they're complex.
Do you think anyone, when he
People
walks
are
into
complex.
you think when he walks into a restaurant, anyone yells out, Heisman Trophy?
I would be adding stuff on, you know? Naked gun! Naked gun! One and two. I don't like how they interview the coaches, too, when they go to the in halftime.
Yeah.
As they're running off. Like, I think they should just be able to stay focused on the game. They
Yeah.
shouldn't have to talk to somebody in, like, a ski parker. They're like, yeah, you know, you're down by 14. What are your thoughts?
This is so true.
What do you think my thoughts are? Sucks.
This is so true. Whenever I am watching or it's in earshot, any sport where they stop the coach, especially if the team is not doing as well, and they're like, well, what did you go in the locker room and tell your team? It's like, do better? Like, what do you mean? Like, I totally agree with this. I love that he talks about sports so much. I did see in another recent clip that he's got some sports commentating credits. I need to find a compilation of all of those because Bill Burr on like ESPN has got to be hilarious. Like, I need to see a compilation of that. I agree at 1,000% to me. It's like, I mean, I know it comes with like the paycheck, right? Like you have to be a persona, not just a coach. Most of these coaches of these big teams, like you just got to do it. But it's like, is there not someone else we could be interviewing? These poor coaches, like let them focus.
I'm by 14. What are your thoughts? It's like, what do you think my thoughts are? Sucks. I'm worried about my job. I'll probably have to sell my house. My wife's gonna leave me. I need to score more points in the other half. Who are you? Why am I talking to you? You're not even in football.
Yeah.
Did you even play to the high school level?
No, probably not.
You took journalism.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So true. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nerds interrupting people who know what they're doing. Get out of here. Yeah.
The thing that concerned me the most in sports.
So much sports
I
on
watched
Conan.
Cleveland play a home game in November, and it was 71 degrees out, and the pitchers were sweating and all that. No, that's not a good thing. This is the golden age of global warming. So take it in, stick your arm out the window before the hellfires come.
Always nice to cheer up the crowd.
That's when you know you're in trouble. In the NFL, it's when you just stand there. I don't even know what that means. We got to get it right. We didn't get it right. We're going to work on trying to get it right. So next time, we got to get it right. What? I'm embarrassed for my actions. I'm embarrassed for the league. Embarrassed for anyone on the same continent as me. We didn't get it right. We got to get it right next time. We're going to work on getting it right. Starts with that, and then the next day, the guys on the sports talk radio, you know, the and guys.
Yeah.
They connect all their thoughts with that. Like, they came out in the first quarter, and they were all over. Those guys jump on it. What does it say? What is...
I will never. Oh, I like messed the screen up. I'm sorry, y'all. I will never not call these men now the and guys. That is so true. Bill, I love you.
And they were all over. Those guys jump on it. What does it say? What is the league? What kind of message? What kind of message are they sending out? Like, I don't know. It's like, what message are they sending out? Do you think I'll see this guy hit a woman and then I'm going to do it?
Right.
Right? I wasn't going to hit a woman, but then that guy in the Ravens did it, so I guess it's okay. They got a real problem. It drove me nuts the whole month. They got a real problem in the NFL. It's compared to what? Plumbers? Electricians? Society in general? There's a lot of great people that play football. The league's going to be fine.
A lot of New England fans get upset that Brady didn't catch that pass.
He should have laid out. It's a Super Bowl. He should have laid out.
He should have extended his whole body and grabbed it.
You know what was funny was when on that play you actually saw his age.
What that means.
You know, when he stands in the pocket, he looks 25. The second he starts running, it's like, dude, I could D this guy up. Like, did you see last year when he threw that pick six, when he dove to tackle that guy, it looked like somebody threw a dead body out of a car. like his arm moved.
Is he talking about Tom Brady?
When he stands in the pocket, he looks like an astronaut. You're just this guy's, he's going to live forever.
Like
He's like Cocoon or something.
Yeah.
I go to a big college football game, rivalry game every year. This year I went to University of Miami versus Florida State, and I had a great time. Insane fans, but I made sure that when I saw Florida State, it was an away game, because I actually like Florida State, but that Tomahawk Chop thing drives me nuts. And it has nothing to even do with the Native American thing. It's the fact that they do it every 3 seconds. They form a huddle, and all of a sudden the band starts playing, and everybody in the crowd's like,
and they never get sick of it. It's like the band knows one song. It's like, I got it. You know what's funny?
growing up in Atlanta and the Braves, they also do it's the tomahawk, and he's very right. Like any chance they get, they are doing that thing. I don't think I knew that what is the Florida State Seminoles, right? The Florida State is the Seminoles, so that okay, all right. I just had to like run that through my mind. Okay.
I get sick of it. It's like the band knows one song. It's like I got it.
I got it.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that is like Native Americans never even did that. You know, like white people came up with that in like the 1920s when they were making like they first got sound in movies. Like, what do they sound like? I don't know. They got some moron on the set also just goes going. That sounds good. Put some rouge on his face and have him do it with an axe. This will be great. It's like, I don't know how you...
No.
And even if I was the biggest Florida State fan ever, like even like halfway through the first quarter, I'm tapping out. It's like this...
Right.
Can we just get another song going here?
My arm hurts and my throat hurts.
I know, I think I made the point.
Yeah, you made the point.
I was talking to my buddy the other day, like what they would have to do to get me to stop watching. You know,
Because
like...
you love football. You watch football.
The commissioner could literally punt a baby across this office with his wingtips on. I'm still going to watch on Sunday. I don't condone the man's actions, but it's football. I have to watch it. This is all I have.
Anytime someone says punt a baby, kick, like that is like the funny, that is awful. Please don't punt babies, but that just the visual of that, or like the way he said it so hard. The commissioner can literally punt a baby, and I'm still watching football. Oh, I'm crying. Y'all know I love this man. I love him. I'm going to always watch him. I'm going to continue to watch him because he brings so much joy to my life. He is so just in your face, brutally honest. I don't even know if it's brutal because I think we need this type of honesty because he thinks the things that so many of us think and don't say. Oh my gosh, that was funny. All right, guys, go have the day you deserve. Peace.